Today I'm taking you guys along for an entire shoot. So everything from picking up the car at the Porsche dealership to packing my gear, and then we're gonna drive out and I'm gonna show you guys every shot that I take of this Porsche, the settings that I get as well. For this video, we're using the Insta360 Go3S. This thing now has 4K in it, so it shoots pretty wide. So we're gonna give this a go. We're just gonna strap you guys on up here and I'll take you along for the shoot. So I headed over to Porsche Center Calgary. They were more than happy to work with me on this project, but as you can see, they also have some incredible vehicles here. This is one of my favorite places on earth. Genuinely, I love walking in this place. And they have this beautiful Porsche GT4 RS. In order to get the keys, of course, you have to sign a bit of an insurance form, making sure that you're responsible for the car. Then we had their sales associate B. He walked me through the brand new car and some of the awesome features with it and talked me through how to check on the battery, how to be most efficient or have the most fun with the car. I got the car all set up for myself, and because it was just a little bit dirty from sitting outside, first things first, we had to take it to a car wash, get this thing cleaned up real quick. I'll show you guys a bit more of the driving experience on our way out to the photo shoot, but for now we're gonna head to the office and pack up the camera gear. So because I'm gonna be shooting some B-roll this evening, I'm gonna pack up the Lumix S9. This is a little powerhouse of a camera. I like being able to import my own LUTs. It's a really great camera for social media content. So of course you gotta check to make sure you've got a battery and an SD card in there. So we'll pack that in. Next, I'm gonna grab some of my favorite lenses. So we've got the 35mm 1.8. Next, we have the 50mm f1.8 and the Lumix 85mm 1.8 lens. I love these lenses because they're all the same size, they're all the same form factor. So when you mount this on a gimbal, they all are the same weight and size and easy to transfer. So I'm gonna be using the Lumix S5 IIX as my main photography camera. It's a full frame camera. And then over here, I've got the Lumix S5 II as my kind of standard in the office. I use this to shoot all my YouTube videos, etc. So that's ready to rock and roll. Now, because I want to get out there and we're going to aim for sunset, I'm going to put the lens on the camera right away, just so we don't have anything slowing us down when we get there. So I'm going to use the 50mm and the Lumix S5 IIX for photography. Now that I've got my cameras and my lenses picked out, we're going to grab some of the filters that we need. So this is my favorite filter for shooting videos at the moment. It is a Freewell filter, and it has both a variable ND filter and a CPL filter built in. So you have a 3 to 6 stop ND filter and then a CPL filter that you can pivot around. So we'll get this cleaned up, packed up, and ready to rock and roll. I'll be using this on the gimbal later on in the evening, and that B-roll you saw in the intro, we used that filter. The next filter is my standard CPL filter. This is from a company called Moment. They have great filters, and I've been using these consistently with my Lumix lenses. And the last filter I'm bringing is the mist filter. I know we're shooting late night with the Taycan, so I want to be able to haze out those taillights and really make them pop. All right, so there's our camera bag ready to go. Next thing we need is to pack up some of the essentials like batteries, so we'll just get some of those packed away. Next thing I'm packing is my DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. This thing is a little powerhouse. I love using this thing. So I'm just gonna make sure that all the batteries are charged up and that this thing's ready to go. Packing a tripod, of course, because we might be shooting in some low light. So we'll need that to do some video behind the scenes. And also if you want to do some nighttime photography, you're gonna need a tripod. Now it's a good thing I double checked, but I need an SD card for my Lumix camera and a battery. So just make sure before you leave, it would be the worst to drive out where you're going and not actually have an SD card. So make sure you double or even triple check that, because that is the worst mistake you can make. All right, let's head out on the road. We've got about an hour drive to our location, and we're starting with approximately 370 kilometers on the battery. So I'll keep an eye on this throughout the drive. Funny enough, we ran into a beautiful Porsche 911 on the way out as well. If you have never had the chance to drive a Porsche Taycan, it is actually so much fun. Of course, they're heavier vehicles, but it has all the Porsche spirit and heart that it is such a fun and spirited drive. On this drive out towards the mountains, there's some curvy roads that I took full advantage of driving a Porsche. It was absolute blast. Now, one thing to note is that if you're driving out somewhere far away, you might get all these bugs on your car, and that's just something you got to be aware of. I have a solution for that I'll show you guys later in the video. So an hour later, we've arrived at our location. We have about 316 kilometers left on the battery, which to me is actually pretty impressive, and I was super happy with how the car has performed. But let me show you the location we are shooting at today. It's one of my favorite places to go, with such a beautiful landscape and such a great spot to park the car. So this is where we're going to be doing POV photography with the Porsche Taycan. I think from here, I'll just turn the music up and let you guys just watch the process in point of view. Any of the music that I've used in today's video is from the MUSICBED. I absolutely love these guys. And today we're just gonna have some chill tunes to hang out and shoot this car with. To me, I kind of like these ambient, electronic, down-tempo stuff. To me, it's a good mood. So hang out with me, let's shoot the car and enjoy some peaceful point of view car photography. Make sure to drop any questions or comments you have down below, and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. Now, if you remember me talking about those bugs earlier, one thing I highly recommend as an automotive content creator, make sure you bring some mobile wash with you wherever you go, because you're going to need it for either dust or bugs, and a quick wipe down of the vehicle is going to save you so much time in post-production. I get this stuff from the local Walmart because it's cheap and easy to use, and it looks great with a quick wipe down. Nice bike. This is one of those moments that I absolutely love in the car world. This guy just came up and mentioned how nice the car is. I complimented his bike, and then we just discussed what I was doing, and I offered to take some photos for him as well. I love the car community, and I love these kind of encounters. It was so fun.
So once I edit these, it'll bring up all the details again, and
the light was also starting to dip behind the mountains, and now we've really entered blue hour. Now, a quick little hack that I'm sure you guys have seen if you've ever watched North Borders is you can actually use your tripod to push the brake pedal down if you're shooting on your own. And this way you can illuminate the brake lights, and we're gonna put on a mist filter to make sure we're blooming the highlights from both the tail lights and this beautiful sunset to give us the most cinematic look. This is absolutely my favorite time of day to shoot. Thanks guys so much for joining me on this POV shoot. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, please give it a like for me, subscribe over here, and you might like this video as well. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.